Are you ready to do the Mat Pilates Series of 5 with a Pilates ring? I bet you are. Let's do it. My name's Linda Magid, and I am the owner of Pilates for Real Bodies, an online mat Pilates studio. And we are going to do the Series of 5, which is 5 exercises. We do 5 times in a row. It's all for the core. And today we're going to do it with a Pilates ring, or it's also known as a magic circle. So first, if you don't know what the Series of 5 is, you definitely want to check out my video that is just about the Series of 5 without it being harder, without any equipment. It just trains you on how to do it and do it to the best of your ability. So you definitely want to look at that before you watch this video. If you're familiar with the Series of 5, absolutely. Let's use our Pilates ring to make it more challenging. If you are not sure about buying a Pilates ring or what the heck this is, you want to look at my video that gives you information and advice on how to purchase one of these magic circles. This particular one is weighted because the ring itself is metal. There are other rings out there that have a very pliable plastic in the center and are covered in foam, much lighter. With a Pilates ring, we don't always use it to make things harder. Sometimes you use the ring so that you can become more accurate in the movement. So having a weighted one is not really that important. It's not like you can't really compare the ring to, let's say, a set of dumbbells. But some people do want that challenge, so they go for one that's a little bit heavier. And this particular brand comes in several different weights. So do your research before you buy. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want more content on Pilates, if you want more content on fitness in general, and if you want to do more workouts with me, definitely subscribe so that you know every time I drop a new video. Let's talk about some basics with this Series of 5. They are done with the head up, looking at your belly button. Not your feet, not the ceiling, not your thighs, but your belly button. Now, not everyone can do them all with the head up, and that's totally fine. Sometimes you need to work up the strength to hold the head up off the floor, and some people just don't like how that feels. You don't need to. Just know, though, that if you don't have your head up off the floor, then you are not going to be engaging all of the core muscles that you could be if you had your head up. So it might be a better option to have your head up for some of the exercises and then have your head down for some of the exercises. Another thing with the Series of 5 is that, just like in all of Pilates, your limbs are moving while your center or your core or your trunk stays still. That is what Pilates is. And so while we're working together, I want you to remember, and I will continue to remind you, that while we're moving our limbs, our body is staying still. Using a ring in Pilates may not be exactly the way Joseph Pilates designed it. It is still inside the principles of Pilates. So we'll be using control. We will be using proprioception. We will make sure that our center stays nice and strong and still while our limbs move. How this video works is that I'm going to do each exercise. First, we'll do a very quick review of what that movement is. Then I'll show you how to use the ring, and then I'll tell you some things to watch for. We'll do that with all 5. And then at the end, we're going to do all of them together, just like we would be doing if we were doing them in a class. And you can keep coming back to this video again and again to do this core exercise 2 or 3 times a week, because if you keep doing it 2 or 3 times a week, you will have a very strong core. Let's get started. Series of 5. The first exercise is single leg stretch. Single leg stretch. Head is up. One knee in, pull, pull. One knee in, pull, pull. Notice I'm not bouncing. My body's staying still, looking at my belly button. Okay? To do it with the ring, you're going to bring the ring up and then angle it down a little bit. Bring the knees in and the head up. Now, for this, you can have your hands pulling out to work your back. You can have the hands pushing in to work your chest, or you can just hold the ring and not do either one. For this one, I'm going to push in and work my chest for single leg stretch. So head is up, pressing on that ring. One leg comes in, this knee comes 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Why is this harder? First, we got the ring. We're holding our arms up over our, not over our head, but over our waist. That weight plus the ring is adding more weight to our upper body. That's making our upper body heavier than if we were just pulling each leg in. Also, we have to pull the leg in without help from our hands or our arms. And so the leg is working harder to do that pulse. If we were just doing this, it wouldn't be as hard, but we have to pulse. And we have to keep the body nice and still. So that makes this just that much more challenging. The next exercise is double leg stretch. Double leg stretch. Right here. So each time our arms come back, our head stays in the same position. It's not coming up and down. Same idea with the ring. This time though, instead of pushing in, I'm going to pull out and I'm going to work my back. And the arms are going to come overhead just to my ears and back. Overhead just to my ears and back up. So in other words, you don't want the arms coming back and coming behind your ears where the arms are, where the shoulders are hyperextending. Now I'm going to pull on the ring, extend and back. Extend and back. One more time. All right, so you're breathing out when it's hardest, okay? Breathing in when it's easiest. And this is making it a little bit harder because the ring is just adding weight to our arms, especially when we bring our arms back. And you've got to keep that head up, keep it in the same position. Next is single straight leg stretch. This one can be a little bit tricky for people. Single straight leg stretch. One leg comes up, one leg comes down, and we pull, and then we pull, and pull, and pull. So when you're bringing the leg up, you're bringing the leg up to the hands instead of bringing the arms down and then pulling. The arms stay here, and you are bringing the legs to the hands. You're going to have the legs up over your hips. You're going to take the ring to the legs. Okay? So in other words, you're not keeping the ring here and then having to bring that leg all the way over your chest. You want to try to keep the legs right over the hips. So head is up, looking down. You take one leg down, tap, tap, and then switch, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. See how my arms are angled toward my legs? So that's really important, that I'm not slowly bringing my hands up over my head, over my face. And then the other thing is that you're not bringing the leg up and tap, tap. The legs are coming up. Hang on, let me get the right position. The legs are coming up and they're meeting the ring. So you're getting a little bit of that same leg work as you were with single leg stretch. Just to review, because that was a lot. Your legs are up, your ring meets your legs. You take one leg down, tap, tap on that ring, and then tap, tap on the ring. The arms stay exactly where they are, and the legs are coming up to meet the ring. And this one is hard to remember to keep looking at your belly button because you're going to want to watch your legs tap the ring. I mean, it's just natural that the brain's like, oh, I'm holding something in my hands. I want to see what that connection is. Once you get that, you got to remember, oh yeah, I got to look at my belly button, or else it's going to just be a lot of strain on that neck, which we don't want. Fourth one, double straight leg stretch. Wait, let me show you how it looks without the ring. Head is up, holding your head, drop, and up. Again, breathing when it's hard. That's what that looks like. So now let's do it with the ring. So again, feet are right over our hips. Ring meets our legs. Looking at our belly button, we just take the legs down, tap the ring. Tape the legs down, tap the ring. That's it. Not much harder. I mean, certainly not more complicated. But again, arms are up as opposed to behind our head. So they're adding more weight to our upper body. We have the ring that's adding more weight, and we have to control it. One of the things that people do when they do double straight leg stretch is they drop the legs down and then they throw the legs up and the legs come beyond their hips. Then they drop the legs down and they throw the legs up. But that is not the correct form. Again, Pilates is about control, because control is what creates the strength. So you take your legs down and you slowly bring them up to where they stop right over your hips. And so this is keeping us from throwing, and we have to gently tap. You could say that at least for this exercise, the ring is helping us so that when we go and do it without the ring, we can do it more precisely. The last one is crisscross. Crisscross has a couple of different options, and I'll show you both of them. First, let's watch crisscross. Collarbone to knee and collarbone to knee, not elbow to knee. Okay? Super important. My elbow, see how my elbow is back? So now we're going to do it with the ring. Option one is to just bring it over and we're reaching for the wall away from us. That's option one. The other option is to have one leg in, one leg out, put the ring on the knee, and then the opposite elbow goes into the ring. And then we press 8, 7, like this, and then we switch. Now, I will tell you that the squeezing one is a lot harder, okay? A lot harder. But it's also harder for people to coordinate. If you were looking at that and you're like, I have no idea what she just did, then do just switch side to side. If you watched it and you're like, oh yeah, I totally get that, then I recommend doing that one because it is harder. For the purposes of this video, I am just going to go switch side to side using the full ring, side to side. When you are coming up, you're reaching forward. You're not trying to crunch down. I've talked about this before. It's in that other video talking about the neck and just not pulling the neck forward. And we're trying to get that twist in the upper body and a lift. Okay? If you want to know more about that, again, watch that other video. Now, we're going to do all of them. We're going to do them in order, 5 times each, without a break. I'm going to call each one out by its name, and I will give you cues as we go to help you remember what it is that you're doing. And it's going to be really fun. Laying back on your mat, rings in your hands. We're going to start with single leg stretch, and we're going to push on the ring while each leg comes in and out. Scoop and imprint, lift the head, bring the knees in. And press that ring and pull, 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 pull. Look at your belly button. You don't need to look at your ring. The ring isn't doing anything but staying in between your hands. One more. Knees in, pull on the ring, both legs and arms, extend and forward. Now don't pull or press on the ring, double straight leg stretch, and tap, 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 tap. Both legs come down and up. Two more. Where are you looking? And crisscross. Try not to rock in those hips. Ooh. Ring to the side. Stretch it out. And great job. You made it. You did it. All right. So now you know how to incorporate the ring into your series of 5. Be sure to come back and do this video 2 to 3 times a week, and you will get a very strong, solid core. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a like and watch another one. I'll see you next time.